Alright, today and tomorrow we're going to talk about solving equations by completing the square. Solving equations by completing the square is going to be on 118 and 119. No matter what the video says, 118, 119. Let's go ahead and turn, and we are going to go ahead label those, and then we'll start with today's lesson. Okay. So 118, 22.2, solving quadratics by completing the square. We're going to go ahead and put your foldable there as well. As soon as I find it. Alright, here's your foldable. This goes glued on 118. Fold over, cut it across the dashed lines. Okay, and on 119 we're going to write. The video will say a different number. Do not pay attention to that. Write on 119. So you're writing on 119. We'll come back and finish this in the video. So 119.
So open the flap. How do you complete the square? And this is going to tell us how, but we're going to write down what we remember. To complete the square for the expression x squared plus bx, add the square of half the coefficient of the term of bx. Sometimes we can say things a lot simpler. If you have x squared plus bx plus a blank, what did we do? We did b divided by 2, and then we did what? Multiply by itself, which is the same as squaring. Yep. So that's what we're going to do. Once you have that, open up. We're going to complete the square in example 1. Complete the square. Example 1A. They put a C instead of a blank now. To complete the square, I'm going to do what? 12 divided by 2 and square it. What is 12 divided by 2? 6 squared. What is 6 squared? So I'm going to write x squared plus 12x plus 36. In case you are confused where any of those numbers are coming from, I want you to pull out 2 highlighters. I'm going to be using orange and pink just to show you where these numbers are coming from. Here's 36. Now if I write this as a perfect square, it is x and then what? Six. If you're confused about where that came from, it's the middle divided by 2. I'm finished then. I find half the middle number, square it, write the trinomial, then I write the perfect square binomial. Do 1b. 1b. Alright. Example 1b. What did you guys do first? Negative 6 divided by 2 squared. What is negative 6 divided by 2? Negative 3 squared. What is negative 3 squared? 9. Now I know that you can do this whole thing in the calculator. The reason I'm doing step by step is because we need both pieces, don't we? To write it this way. That's why I need both pieces. x squared minus 6x, then what do I put? Plus 9. Remember, that's coming from here. Now, how do I write it as a perfect square binomial? X minus 3, which is why I need you to not do it in your head because you need this middle step right here. Alright, now the reason we're actually doing this is so we can solve with them. So we're going to open example 2 and solve. Example 2. Example 2a. What's the difference in this and what we just did? There's not a c. So you know what we need to do? We need to make a whole, so there is a c. X squared minus 14x plus blank, we don't know what it is yet, equals 15. Now, if I do something to one side of the equation, what else do I have to do? So I'm going to put a plus blank on that side too. Oh, yes we do, sorry. Thank you for asking. I accidentally forgot my x, so make sure you put it there. Right now I'm going to do the exact same thing. How did I find what goes in my blank? Negative 14 divided by 2. What is negative 14 divided by 2? Negative 7 squared. What is negative 7 squared? I'm going to put it here and here. That came from right here. That's where it came from. Now, I need to go to the perfect square part. What is this side, x squared minus 14x plus 49, as a perfect square? Again, that came from here. X minus 7 squared equals, this is where it's different. What is 15 plus 49? 64. So I completed the square. Here is the extra step. When we had these yesterday, how did we solve them? Not yet. I don't add 7 yet. Square root. Take the square root of both sides. So x minus 7 equals what? 8. Don't forget what else? Negative 8. So once we complete the square, we are solving by taking square roots, like we did yesterday. What's the last step here? So x equals 15, and x equals -1. So, rewrite it with a blank, go over, complete the square, then solve by taking square roots. I want you guys to try example 2b. Alright, number 2b. What is the first thing you do? -5 divided by 2. I actually need a blank first. because some of you are forgetting to put your blanks on both sides. Okay, negative 5 over 2 squared. Here's what I mean. Some of you are not writing this down over here, and then you have no idea what goes here and here. If you are, thank you. What is negative 5 divided by 2? What is negative 2.5 squared? 6.25. This number goes in both blanks. .25. 6.25. Okay, now, how do I actually complete the square? Meaning not complete the square, how do I make it into a perfect binomial? X minus 2.5. There's what I mean. If you do not have this, you don't know what goes here. That is equal to, what is negative 1 plus 6.25? Now, I'm ready to do what I did yesterday. What am I going to do? Square root x minus 2.5 equals 2.29. What else? Negative 2.29. Okay? What do I do last? X equals, I think 4.79, add 2.5, so X equals 0.21. Okay. We're going to talk about the last set now. Now tomorrow you're going to do the homework over this. You don't have homework today. And then Friday I will talk about the homework and we'll do a couple more examples just to make sure you understand, okay? Example 3. What's the difference between these and this? It's got a 0 at the end. Do we have a blank? We're going to have to make one. So, the very first step on these is to move over that extra number. X squared minus 4x plus, I'm going to leave a blank now, equals 21 plus blank. I moved over the number. I don't need it there. If you didn't get example 2b, I'll show you in a minute. Once I've moved over the number, I'm doing exactly what I did before. What am I going to put over here as my side work? Okay, negative 4 divided by 2 squared. What is negative 4 divided by 2? Negative 2 squared. What is negative 2 squared? Where does that number go? In the blanks. My number is in the blanks. What do I do? The perfect binomial. So how do I write that? X minus 2 squared equals 25. Where did 25 come from? 21 plus 4. Okay, now what? Square root it. Take the square root, that's better. Alright, x minus 2 equals 5. X minus 2 equals? Now what? So x equals? Add 2. X equals? Negative 3. Do example 3b. What do you need to do on example 3b first? Subtract 5. I'm leaving 3a up there in case you need it. I'm going to stop in a minute to do. Okay. Example 3b. What is the first thing you did? Subtract 5. X squared minus 8x plus a blank equals what? Negative 5 plus a blank. Now, do you need the blanks? Not necessarily. The reason I do them is so I don't forget that something goes there. Now, what do I do as my side work over here? What is negative 8 divided by 2? What is negative 4 squared? 16. 16. Now, what do I do? What's the perfect binomial here? X minus 4 squared equals 11. Now what? Square root. X minus 4 equals, what's the square root of 11? 3.32. X minus 4 equals negative 3.32. Then what? Add 4. Nobody except for the other class should be moving. What is 3.32 plus 4? Still don't move, even though that went off. 7.32. What about this one? Nope, it's positive 4. No. No. 0.68. It's subtracting 4 minus 3.32. Glue this in.